What's the most uncomfortable question you can ask someone? How come I wasn't invited? For extra cringe, ask this in a loud voice as you crash an ongoing party that you were not invited to. Bonus points if you start hyperventilate crying. I was once invited to a party, at the end of which the hostess asked me, "How do you keep finding out about these?" Quote, "That have stung. Never talk to them again." Weren't you pregnant? Edit, I seem to have struck a chord here. If I could give y'all a hug, I would. I ran into someone I hadn't seen since she was pregnant. Me, how's being a mom? Her, oh, I'm not. Edit, I'll never ask again. Edit 2. Hope all the parents who endured miscarriages and stillborn are in a better place now. A non-pregnant woman, how far along she is. Ding ding. I have 2 Sarahs at my work. I heard one was pregnant. I congratulated the fatter women, who is just fat. If you are good friends, they will tell you they're pregnant when they are ready. If you're not good friends, you should never ask. Really, the potential to hurt someone is way bigger than the benefit, which is usually, oh, just making conversation. This goes double for the workplace. Where's my hug? I asked my then boyfriend this question when I was 19. He immediately looked shocked, looked over to the side, said, "Oh, there it is," went over and hugged the air, then came back and hugged me. Why does everyone hate you so much? I'm not sure if it counts, but if someone asks you, "Hey, can you move over a seat so I can be next to my friend?" Especially if you thought the person asking you was your friend. Or, "Hey, can I move to go to sit next to my friends?" That sucks. Along the same lines, when at parties with friends I was always asked to take pictures of people but no one ever asked to be in a pic with me. It stung. If you come in the back office with me right now, just you and me, are you gonna be cool about it? Or be a snitch? Asked by my old boss at a grocery store. He just was offering me shots of Fireball because it was almost closing time on New Year's Eve. But that phrasing sounded kinda fishy. I thought he was gonna ask you to let him suck your dick. At a job interview, do I have to do a drug test? You do now. Are we still friends? Or, who's your best friend? I've got to know. That's actually not so bad, especially after a fight or argument. Have you seen our toothbrush? Edit, Christ, this blew up. Thank you all for the silver, gold. Doctor, in front of parents, are you sexually active? Now that's when you start bragging, haha. I only do anal. Just have a casual conversation about anything. Corona, politics, grandparents, and ask immediately afterwards, "Anyway, how's your sex life?" The room has taught me a lot about life. Haha, what a story, Mark. It is like a conversation from Eric Andre's show. Did you bathe properly today? This is a conversation I had with a coworker once. His smell was very distracting for everyone in the office. Guy's wife had died and he just sort of stopped taking care of himself afterward. A couple of us got him set up with a therapist. He left the company shortly after for a less stressful job, but I saw on FB a while later the guy is doing much better. I saw an old high school acquaintance at a club once. She had always been super skinny in HS, but this night she had a very pronounced belly. Since she had always been skinny and only had grown in her belly that she was pregnant. She was not. Editing this after my BF insisted that I tell the whole story. I can't remember exactly how I asked her, but she replied in a half-laugh that she wasn't pregnant. Me, thinking she was joking, replied, "Oh, just a big lunch then," while patting her stomach. Then I laughed and walked away. My cousin later told me what I had done and informed me that she had a 1-year-old and hadn't lost her baby weight. I will never do that again. Are you uncomfortable? If they say no, then you should reply with, "Do you want me to make you uncomfortable?" Is it in yet? I was starting an IV on a patient. She said something like, I was going to ask you if it was in yet. I didn't even feel it. Quote, I wanted to say something like, normally this is the worst thing for a man to hear, so bad. But yeah, no, professionalism. Genuinely curious. How does one respond to this? Edit. Asking for a friend. This is one of the worst cause it can be asked by both roles. Why are you so quiet? This makes my blood boil. I'm a fairly quiet person in social settings and have received this question a few times. It makes you and the people around you feel awkward. Like, let people be quiet if they want to be. Not everyone is a social butterfly. Me, starts speaking, gets interrupted repeatedly. Why are you so quiet? Depends on the person. For a lot of women, it's, so when are you guys going to have a baby? I literally had to tell my mill that we're trying and that we haven't used protection for some time. Now, embarrassed her enough to back off the topic forever. She's very old school. To the gay couple, which one of you is the girl, boy? Actually, we're both the boy. It makes being in a lesbian relationship rather confusing. When two gay men have sex, how do they know whose penis will open up to accept the other person's penis? Neither of us, Nancy. That's kind of the point. Can you tell me something about yourself? Yep. Edit. Wow. The power of a single word. Lol. Thanks for the award. If it's not in a professional setting, my go-to is, I have 3 nipples. Depending on their response, it's either a great conversation starter to break the ice, or we wouldn't get along well anyway.